Hey folks, it's your boy Kevin from Kevin's Auto Review. Welcome back to my channel. And today's video, I'm here to present you this brand new Infiniti Qx65 2027. Now, before we dive in this beautiful Qx65 2027, I want to shout out to these guys and Infiniti, Kelly Infiniti in Denver, Massachusetts. If you want to purchase a brand new vehicle or a used vehicle, they got your back. These people are so freaking awesome. And I got Nissa because she got my back, because without her I wouldn't be able to give you guys the first tour, the first look of this bike boy. And if you ask Curvins, are you driving this? I am, because without her I would not be able to even get behind the wheel and take it for the first spin to show you how this baby drive. But for now, before we dive in this beautiful QX65, let's go back a little history here. So yes, if you're asking if this one is a new model, yes, but it's also quite not that new. Why is that? Because there used to be a FX35. The FX35 came out in 2003, and it has the same body style as this one. So what does that mean exactly? So is it a return of the FX35? Not exactly, like I said, because they rename it, which is the QX65. So the FX35 was out of the water since 2012. That means it was no more. But finally, they finally brought it back with a different name, and I'm happy to show you all around it. So let's dive in. And one thing I want to know, would you rather get this one over like Lexus Rx 2026 or a Lincoln Nautilus 2026? Let's dive in this one and see if this one worth every penny. So this baby right here, we got this beautiful, this lovely daytime running lights and LED turn signal. Looks fantastic. Down here you're gonna get your headlights, which is separated from the daytime running lights, and the LED turn signal, which looks so freaking good. Now let's jump to the other side to see how actually the LED daytime running light looks without the turn signal on. Looks fantastic, right? And in the middle here, we're gonna get this really bold looking grille with the forward facing camera, and the Infiniti logo actually illuminate at nighttime. Now as we go down, we're gonna get functionality down here, extra vents to cool, the engine, everything that needs to cool off. Because this one is kind of like sort of like a sport vehicle, not a performance vehicle. But since the FX35 used to be like a sport vehicle, used to be like a G35, it's like a G35 SUV. But this one, I'm sorry to report that, no V6. I'm sorry, but I will tell you more about that when we get under the hood. So, but overall, the front design looks absolutely amazing in person. When I see this one in pictures and videos, I was like, what the heck this Infiniti did here? But it actually looks really good. But down here, I don't know how you guys gonna feel about that one, because this one is kind of like a fake vent, but it's okay to me. Like, it doesn't bother me so much, but it's all about your preference, guys. So because I'm making this video for you, so let me know what you guys feel about that one. I'll say it will be better extra lighting, like a fog lamp, because this vehicle has no fog lamp whatsoever. So now the hood, it looks pretty good if you ask me. Really good, really bold. It's not as bold as the grill, but it looks like this line right there looks actually amazing. And then the middle here, as you guys can see, it looks, and this line right in the middle looks absolutely beautiful. Now let's check out the size of the tire and the rims. So the rims, it's actually 21-inch wheels, but let's check out the size of this tire. So basically you're looking at 265 on the width, 45 series sidewall, and 21-inch wheels like I mentioned. And we got this little muff flap. And I don't know how you guys feel about this gloss black. It should be body colored, but since this gloss black is gonna match perfectly with the rims and also with this two-tone, that looks really sporty, really good. But to the side profile here, we're gonna get this gloss black down here as well, which match with the two-tone. And the mirror cap is gonna be gloss black as well, and we got an LED turn signal right here. And on top of here, we're gonna get a big moonroof and also these roof wells. So I would take them out because I don't really need them. But overall, this car, the side profile is looking really, really good. So now let's check out the back. So this is where to fit up your gas tank. So looks cool. And down here, this is the illuminate lighting on the back that go all the way across. That looks so freaking good, if you ask me. And down here, we got the Qx65 badge that's blacked out, and the Infiniti badge that's displayed on the back. That looks so freaking good as well. And I would say this bike is almost perfect. Why I said that? Because there is actually dual exhaust, but I wish, it was finishing exhaust, because now there's a lot of car manufacturers are doing like no finishing exhaust. I don't know why, but please, it's a sporty looking vehicle. Please give me the finishing exhaust. I hope in the future you guys give me some finishing exhaust, because with the older FX35, the finishing exhaust makes it really pop. So now let's finally check out the engine and see. Now let's finally check what kind of power we got, the horsepower, the numbers about this baby. And guys, like I said, it's really unfortunate that no more V6, that body style. But they're planning on bringing a V6. I'm sure they will. If they're planning on bringing all the vehicle with models with a V6 or a hybrid, I'm sure they will bring a V6 or a hybrid with this Qx65. So what we're looking at here, it's a 2-liter VC turbo that produces 268 horsepower, 286 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in 7.4 seconds, give or take. It depends where you're the surface you're testing out this baby for the 0 to 60 time. But now let's finally check out the price tag and see what we get right off the bat. So the way this one is optioned, you're looking around $66,995. So MPGs, you're looking at 20 in the city, 26 on the highway, and 22 combined. So let me know what you guys feel about that one, because this car, it's well equipped, has a lot of features, which I'm about to show you, and I'll see you guys in a split second. All right, guys, you know how I do it with my full review, so I gotta give you the when we get into the interior, I gotta show you the passenger side first to see it's well equipped, So basically, you're gonna get the same nice material as the driver, which is good. Really soft leather seat. Everything is well laid out. Down here, we're gonna get a nice door pocket, and this is the sound system. And we have the window control, one touch, which is cool. The unlock and lock button right here, and no memory stick for the passenger, unfortunately. So that is a thumbs down if you ask me. But I'm pretty sure this one is gonna be illuminated at nighttime, which is cool. The Infiniti, that they spelled that on the floor right here. And we got the Infiniti Qx65 and the floor mat, which is cool. And we got power assist for the passenger as the driver, of course. And now let's finally get to the freaking driver's side and see. Alright guys, now we're finally gonna head to the interior and see what the heck we're working with here. So the driver's side, it's really good because we got everything. We got memory seats, and you also have all the four windows to go down, up and down. So let's check out the back. If it's actually one touch, yes, all four corners are actually one touch. And we got power folding. This one right there, which is cool. And now let's get inside and see what we're working on. But before we do so, let me show you the seats. Looks really good. Got the sound system and the headrest, which is really cool. The speaker and the headrest, which is really cool. And now let's finally get to the interior and see what do we get with this brand new QX65. So this is the steering wheel. We got a sort of like a flat bottom. Yeah, it's flat bottom, that's for sure. And yeah guys, the steering wheel looks really good. You know, you got this is where to open your tailgate, which is cool. And like I mentioned, this is your memory seats right there. And the gauge cluster, it's full digital, which is very cool. And we got the Infiniti badge right there. So you can put your map in here, which is really good. So that is really cool. And we can get your map here as well, which is really good. So overall, so far, you know, I can say that this is a money well spent so far, because you have all the goodies. You got head-up display, and this is what to control your up and down, your 9-speed automatic. And yes, this one has a 9-speed automatic like the QX60, you know, which is the 3-well, okay. And you got your drive mode down here, you know, which is really cool. You know, when I take this vehicle for the spin, you will see, you know, how this vehicle does with the drive mode. I mean the sport mode, which is good. And one thing I should mention, you know, that I love with Nissan or Infiniti, the camera, it's an easy access. Right off the bat, you know, you got the camera, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And you also have different views. Like if I click on this one right there, so you can select however you like. You know, if you want to see the front, you can see the front. If you want to see the passenger side in the front, you can do so. So it's really well laid out, nice graphic, which is extremely cool. And you can, if I hit it again, so you can see that I can have different angles if I like, which is really cool. So now let's go back. So if you want ambient lighting, you can hit interior lighting. So call it ambient, which is cool. And you can choose different colors. It's not nighttime, so it's daytime, so I cannot really show you how it's actually light up. but you can have like spring, summer, gonna give you different colors, etc, etc. And one good thing about this vehicle is that you get climate control, physical button, not everything on the screen, which is fantastic news. Okay, and if we go to the apps here, you got YouTube, you got Play Store, Google Maps, you got a lot of goodies. Amazon Alexa, you have heating seats, cool seats, heating steering wheel, and like I mentioned, you also have header display. And up here, you got this camera that's gonna help you to see out on the back, which is really, really cool. So you get a lot of good things. And you got a water charging right here. The glove box, it's really deep. Open this up, you got a good amount of space. You can put your stuff in here, which is cool. And you also have a 12-volt in here. Down here you have USB-C, which is, we don't have no USB-A, unfortunately. And like I mentioned, this is your drive mode. So we got eco, snow, tow, off-road. This one is all-wheel drive. And we got auto and sport, which is pretty cool. So you got a lot of stuff with this brand new Qx65. And the seats, it's really comfy, really soft. The armrest, really good. So this vehicle is really fancy, if you ask me. And you can, like I mentioned, you can get different colors, like seat colors. You can get red, and etc, etc. And this AC vent looks good. The buttons feels really good. The volume knob feels really good. So we get physical button, which is fantastic news. So let's say like I want to, this is the house button right here. So the knob feels really good. And we got knob right here, it feels really fancy too. So you can control the screen, with this knob, which is cool. And you got menu button here, you got map. So make things easy for you, which is really good. So for $66,000, this vehicle can go up to $72,000. And the base, they have 3 trim level, which is the Lux, the first one. The second one is the Sport, and this one is the Autograph trim, which is the top dog. And now let's finally head to the back and see what we're working with. Now let's finally head to the back, the rear seat area, and to see what we're working with here. So we're still gonna get the same soft materials to the back as well. And like I mentioned, one touch for the window, but it doesn't go all the way down, fortunately. And we got a nice door pocket down here, which is cool. Some white stitching. Now the seats is the same material as the front, and we got this Infiniti spelled out to know what the heck you're getting into. So now I can say that I have a lot of space on the back, because for a guy like me, yes, my head is kind of touching the roof, but most of you will be like average height, like 6 or 5'9", so you will be comfortable back here. But leg room for a guy that 6'5", guys, I got a lot of space in here, that's for sure. Because this is where I'll be sitting on the front. So this is exactly how I'll put my seats on the front. And if somebody is just is as tall as me, will definitely be comfortable down here. That is for sure. And you get pocket down here for the passenger and the passenger seat as well. And you got AC control, but unfortunately, you only got heating seats, no cold seats in the back for this price point. I would take it because most of the competitors don't even offer like, you know, um, here cool seats in the back, which is unfortunate. So, the armrest on the back feels soft, feels really good, with two cup holders, and you can put some extra item in here, which is really cool. Put pen, a couple of Twinkies, you know, which is cool. And like I mentioned, you get a moonroof. So you really sport back there, and you got some decent space for the headroom. But for the legroom, it's actually amazing because, you know, I would not be able to sit back there as comfortable in my Jeep Grand Cherokee 2018. This one has a lot more room. The headroom, I got more space on my Jeep because this one is a coupe. So you see my point. All right, guys. Now let's finally get to the cargo area where you're gonna put your luggage. And I'll see you guys. Now let's check out the cargo area. So to do so, it's pretty easy. You just press this button down here. Oh, it doesn't want to open in camera. There we go. All right, so you're gonna get enough space back here, a good amount of space to be exact, because back here behind the second one, which is gonna be 35.8 cubic feet of space, and fall down the seats is gonna be 67.7 cubic feet of space. So you get a lot of space back here, and you're gonna get extra lighting on both sides, and we can fold down by press this button right here, so which is really cool. So I have to move the front seats so this one can fold down completely, but you cannot raise them up when you fold them down with this button, unfortunately. But so let's check out under here. So we got a good amount of space, which is really cool. So you can put a lot of items, extra item in here. And this is a hanger, on the back. You can put, I don't know, whatever little items you want to hang here, you can do so. And we also have a 12 volt. No power source, but we got a 12 volt, which is cool. So now, guys, let's finally, I have the key, let me show you. This is the lovely key fob of the Qx65. So I have the key. So let's go on throttle and see how this baby drive. And if you want to close this bad boy, you can lock it right here and close it right here. Easy peasy, lemon squeeze. All right, guys, we are about to hit the road with this brand new Infiniti Qx65 2027. And we're gonna find out, is it worth the money, for a vehicle that can top out like to 70 something thousand dollars. And like I said, remember the FX35 that used to have the V6, which this one, it's technically a resemblance to the FX35. It's kind of like a replacement, but with a different name. Okay, so now, like I said, we're gonna have a map display in here, and you have your backup camera right there, which is very cool. And like I mentioned, to access the camera, it's an easy access right there. We have the map right here, and we got this digital camera, which is cool. And now let's finally put it to drive. So how you do so, you just press this button on the side and shift it to drive, and we ready to go. All right, so guys, I never drove the FX35, but I'm planning to find one and give you guys an idea how this vehicle actually drives, you know, in the near future if I can find one. To tell you guys the difference between this one and the um, and this QX and the FX35. So this QX65 looks amazing. You have a speaker on the headrest, which is really cool, and we also have speaker all around. Like we have speaker down here, speaker up here, and right off the bat, you know, I'm pretty sure this car, the sound system sounds pretty great. Which I'm gonna test it later on, and I will tell you guys um, at the end of this video, like how this baby sounds like when it comes to the sound system. But overall, this car is fantastic. You know, like it looks good. We got this bold looking grill on the front, which is really cool, and it's really fancy in here for a luxury vehicle. And like I mentioned, guys, um, you can get as many colors as you want in this baby, like inside the cabin. You can get a red seat, which is really sporty. I wish this interior, but this one is a black. So if you are doing, I don't know, and I'm doing Uber Eats, for example, with it, for some reason, you want to make extra money and stuff, and it's gonna have food in the interior. So I think the black seats is gonna be better, to clean. It's not gonna be like leave mark, also, um, but if I will purchase this vehicle, I will definitely get it with the red seats. So for the competitors like to this vehicle, which is the RX and the Nautilus, I drove the Nautilus. It drives really good. I haven't reviewed for the RX, the Lexus RX yet, which I'm planning to do so in the near future. So you guys stay tuned for that one. But since I drove the Nautilus, so I would say so far, there's like traffic. I can't really floor it like right now to show you. Hopefully, up ahead, like don't get most traffic. But overall, like um, the sitting position is really good. You know, you got this rear camera, like I mentioned. To see at the back if you have a lot of folks back there, which is cool. Yeah, guys. So overall, this car, and you can get massage seats, so it is really comfortable in here. So right now, I'm driving it like to normal mode. You know, later I'm gonna try the sport mode to see how this one actually feels like. You know, like the difference, because this is how I do it. Test out the auto mode and the sport mode to see the difference. Yeah, I can't really floor it right now, guys, because there's a lot of cars being in front of me right now. So hopefully, I'm not gonna have the chance to take this one on the highway yet, but in the future I will, because like I gotta go to work later today, and I got a lot of stuff to do before work. So we're not gonna get the chance to take this one in the highway, unfortunately. So you guys gonna have to stay tuned, hopefully. So now let's flow it a little bit since we have a little gap. Yeah, it feels quick enough, I would say. 0 to 67.4 seconds, give or take. I think this one feels really sporty. And I gotta be honest here, like I'm not feeling so high, like this thing's kind of like drive like sort of like a sedan, if you ask me. It drives like an SUV, don't get me wrong, but like since I put the seats all the way down, but overall, like I'm not feeling really high up, if you ask me. But if I'm comfortable, yes, I am comfortable. So let's get out of the way. Yes, I'm really comfortable. The headrest feels amazing. You know, no drama. And that's a FX35 on the back right there. You guys see it? Yeah, that's a FX35. So, like I said, this car has the same look, as the FX35, and I'm happy that Infiniti brought it back. It's a really good thing, if you ask me. All right, so this car, so far overall, it drives pretty well. So now we're gonna check how this baby do with sport mode. All right, guys. Now we're in sport mode. Let's floor it and see how it does. Yes, guys, that is pretty fast. If you ask me, pretty fast. Let's floor it again and see how it does. Oh yeah. Um. Now, if you ask me, Curvins, does it sound like a V6? No, it doesn't sound like a V6. And like I mentioned in the video, like there's a rumor going around that they will actually bring a V6 in the future for the 2028 model year, hopefully a hybrid too. So I think if they're bringing a V6 to like a QX60 or any other brand they planning on bringing in the future, I think they will definitely. I have no doubt in my mind that they will definitely put like a V6 or a hybrid under QX65 as well because it deserves it because it's a sport vehicle. It's like a sport vehicle, so basically, like it's not a like a high performance vehicle, obviously, but like it should get a V6, a twin turbo V6 that will get it like to 0 to 60 like around 5 seconds or 5.5 seconds. At least 5 seconds. That will be really good, or on the high 4 second range, if you ask me. But overall, this car, like I said, engine shift really well, come to a stop. Yeah, this car is really like I like how it drives. I just don't like the sound of it, but I love how it drives. And you also get a head-up display, which is cool. So overall, you know, this is a good car. You got speaker on the headrest, uh, like I mentioned, and you have a lot of like good things in this vehicle that I cannot complain about. The camera is an easy access. You know, we got memory seats. Which is really cool. So yeah, guys, I like this car. I like this car. So like, if you ask me, Kervins, would you take this one over the RX or the Nautilus? I think I would. I haven't driven the RX yet, but I think if I would get this car, I'd probably wait to get a V6. I'll probably wait to get a V6 if I want to feel like the sound, if they're ever gonna be one. I will have to wait until 2028, or maybe I can just, if I'm buying a new car, I can just get this one, and maybe in the future, if they ever have a V6, I can just trade it in and get the V6. So it drives well. Just take my word for it. Come and Kelly, Infinity endeavors to test drive it and see how you feel about it. But the sound, you're not gonna, maybe you like it, but it definitely, when you put in a sport, you definitely feel the response. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say here. Yeah, you definitely feel the power, the, like, you see I flow it right now. You can feel this car, it's ready to go. But with a twin turbo V6, not this VC turbo inline four, you know, it will be a lot faster. It will be with more power, like a 365, even 400 horsepower, which sounds nice if you ask me. But overall, it's a good looking vehicle with decent power, and it drives really good. You know, it takes corner really good, which is good. So overall, like I can say, it's a very, very good vehicle. So guys, we're gonna wrap it up, and I will see you guys in a split seconds. All right, guys, it was a pleasure for me to bring you guys this brand new QX65, Infiniti QX65 2027. And if you ask me, do I love this vehicle? Yes, I do. It looks good. It drives really good. You see me going throttle like with this baby, you know. It's not the FX for sure, because if the I drove a G37 Infiniti, and this one is pretty fast. The G35 is almost like the same as the G35. So basically, like, um, even though I didn't drove the FX35, so right off the bat, you know, I know this car drove really well, like was really fast, compared to this one. But this one is more sporty than the QX60, if you ask me, because it takes the corner really well, and it also, even though I haven't drove the QX60, but I can say that because of the body roll, like this one is a coupe, so definitely this one is a lot sportier, and a lot of YouTubers say the same thing. So I'm pretty sure I will definitely drive the QX60 as well, but I should say that the QX65 so far drives really good, takes the corner really good. We got a lot of features, a lot of technology. So now my question is for you guys: are you buying this over a QX? What am I saying? RX 2026 or a Lincoln Nautilus 2026? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you like what I'm doing, please hit the subscribe button, and I promise you it will come back for more. And just like always, guys, please share the video with your friends, your family, and stay safe out there.